Well, hello, you lovely bunch of astronomical adventurers. It's episode 12 of How Uncivilized's second series, and we're dipping our toes into the lukewarm waters of the lesser-known double act of K2SO and Cassian Andor. In today's episode, we look into the droid's droid himself, comic relief done right, the one, the only, the hilarious metallic madman, K2SO. So grab a stiff glass of oil, that's what they drink, right? And enjoy all the hot goss. Well, thank you, Charlie, for that little in-depth analysis into Cassian Andor.
You are most welcome. More like Cassian Andor, am I right?
Hand or thumb.
Yeah,
it was great. No, I really enjoyed it. So I'm going to be talking about K2SO now. And his impact on the galaxy, where he came from, where did he go, where did he come from? K2SO. That one really worked.
You know, before we started recording, I was really hoping you'd make that reference because I was like, it kind of works, so he best do it.
It really worked, and I'm glad I got it in there, as Cassian would say.
Absolutely.
So,
hey, as General Draven would say.
Oh, General Draven, you filthy man.
Best spy in the rebellion, am I right?
You don't get to General without giving it some welly. Anyway.
Oh, my.
Yes, indeed. The Wellington boot, as it's known, across the galaxy.
Oh, gosh. A full Wellington.
Oh, my word. A beef Wellington. More like a pork Wellington. All right. Anyway, so K2SO. Now, as you all know, K2SO is the familiar and lovable companion of Cassian Andor. And he is seen throughout the film of Rogue One, traveling with Cassian. Also, you see him straight away in the first title sequence, just pushing Jyn to the ground.
Oh dear.
And saying the quite hilarious
Start as
line.
you mean to go on, I guess.
Well, exactly. I mean, this is how this episode's been playing out.
Yeah.
I mean, he is sort of like a semi-protocol droid in a way, so I'm sure they can provide all kinds of services.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, he says, what does he say? He says something like, stay calm, you are being rescued or something. And it's quite funny.
He says, congratulations, you are being rescued.
Yeah, that's great. That is a good line. And, you know,
and from that one line, it was like, man, this character's going to be great.
Yeah, and he did not disappoint.
C-3PO who, am I right?
Yeah, C-3P Boo.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was actually voiced, as you said, by the wonderful Alan Tudyk, and he did such a good job. He's well known for his voice acting, and I think he really embodied this character and gave him a quite dry sense of humor, as you'd expect from a droid with no real, what's the word?
Expressions.
Yeah. But he gave the character quite a lot actually from only the voice acting. So.
Was it? I mean, you might address this later, but was it the thing where did he play him in motion capture as well, or did I just make that up?
No,
because
he
that's
did.
Something they tend to do these days. Of like, he would do the voice, but also he would almost capture the movement of him through motion capture as well.
No, he did. Yeah, it was very interesting. I love it when they do that because they're all dressed up in these weird suits with all these various sort of dots on them.
It's weird how in a Star Wars movie, someone dressed in a gimp suit with dots on is the weirdest sight on set.
Yeah, how can that be the most out of place thing there?
Yeah. I mean, the literal devil was just in a bar, so
I know.
clearly there's weird stuff going on.
That's so funny. That was just incredible. I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it just reminds me of the Family Guy Star Wars bit where it's like, oh, they've even got the special edition characters in there. It's like, how's it going? I'm in there too. And they just pull out a sock puppet, and it's just hilarious.
Yeah. Oh, so
Probably
good.
just a play on the fact that the special edition additions weren't really needed.
What do you mean? That song was amazing. Bow, bow, chicka, chicka, bow, bow, ba-da, ba, ba-da, ba-da, ba, bow, bow, ba-da, ba-da, ba, bow, bow. I live and die by that scene.
Go. Anyway,
That is the best scene in Star Wars,
That is
and
incredible.
I will fight people over that.
I mean, you can tell the guy needs to go to a dentist, but it is well worth watching again.
I mean, the lead singer of the Progues didn't go to the dentist, so why does he have to?
Yeah, I mean, to be fair though, it is a shame him coming in because it boots out Max Rebo, our good friend.
That's very true.
We love Max Rebo, the blue elephant.
We do love Max Rebo. Poor Max Rebo, the constantly sidelined blue elephant.
It is a shame. He is just one hell of an elephant. And jazz soloist. You can catch
One
his albums.
elephant.
Elephant. Oh, I like
Yeah.
it. A play on words there.
Yes. Here at How Uncivilized, we love our plays on words.
Indeed. Indeed we do. We cannot live without them.
Cassian Andor.
K2S.
Ho.
Yes, Ho was better.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, so let me tell you a little bit about K2SO and his background. K2SO, also known as K2, or K2, or
To those
K2.
who knew him best.
Really, he was only known as K2SO or K2.
Yes.
Actually, no, he was known as K by Cassian. So Cassian called him K.
Wow,
every
that's
now and then.
creative.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm surprised no one called him 2 or O, 2O. you
Or
know,
just S.
or S.
Yeah.
Weird.
Or Dash.
Or Dad. That's weird.
Dash.
Oh, Dash. Yeah, no, to be fair.
Daddy.
Dad. Yeah, I knew Cassian had a really rough upbringing. I didn't know it was that rough.
I'm going to reprogram this robot and I'm going to call him Dad.
Dad to SO. Anyway, so let me give you a bit of background into K2SO. So, as Charlie previously mentioned, K2SO was
Charlie, are we talking in third person?
Yeah.
Wait, no, that's what it is. That is third person. You're not Charlie.
No, I certainly am not.
No. There are many people who aren't Charlie.
Indeed, the world is filled with them. Sadly, there is no majority in favor of calling, everyone Charlie.
I mean, give it time. Give it time.
I'm sure we'll get there. So yes, K2SO, as Charlie mentioned earlier, was a KX series security droid, and he was created to be used in the Empire's armed forces.
So he was an actual, battle droid type thing.
Well, I will come to that.
Ooh.
And I will answer that question momentarily. So he was a KX series droid. So it was a model of security droid manufactured by Arakid Industries. Each unit cost 50,000 credits. And to give you an idea of the cost of this, that's 2.5 T14 hyperdrive generators, according to Qui-Gon Jinn.
Pretty pricey.
Yeah, I mean, they are pretty pricey.
Yeah.
That's an important part of a ship. And if you think, that droid, I mean, they do quite a lot. I mean, to be honest, I actually think it's, it's semi-reasonable, but also very expensive.
You pay for quality. That's what it is.
Here at Arakid Industries.
And if you just go to your nearest Jawa to get a droid, you're not going to get the finest quality.
No, exactly.
You have to go straight to the high-class manufacturers
Go straight
to
to the
get such
vendor.
a quality droid
Exactly.
as K2SO, yeah.
Oh, he was quality. Built to last. So, KX droids, they have a long range of combat capabilities. They had excellent probability analysis algorithms and direct access to the Imperial datanet. So obviously, as they were created for the Imperial use, they had access to the majority of the information. So the datanet was something that would carry Imperial news, Imperial comms, stuff like that, really. Each KX droid was equipped with a built-in comm package. So that was to do with the Imperial datanet. A recharge port, because obviously, they don't run on nothing.
No, don't run on love. You gotta pour something in there.
Exactly, and energy is good enough. You plug them in and let them loose. Kind of reminds me of our analysis.
Wind him up, watch him go.
Kind of reminds me where do you remember the droids in that episode 9 treatment that we went through?
Yeah.
They plug themselves into each other. So technically KX is having sex with the ship or whatever he plugs himself into.
No. Oh.
And you thought we'd never hear of that again. Well, I plotted
I
back,
didn't
baby.
think I hoped. Oh, no.
Oh, my.
I mean, fun episode, bad treatment.
Really, really bad treatment. I mean, wow. That was just absolute filth. So, it also had a computer interface arm. So you know what those are. It's like the one that R2-D2 has. And quite a lot of droids in the Star Wars universe tend to have these. It's a universal way of connecting to any kind of system.
Just plug it in and watch him go.
Oh, exactly. It allowed them to connect to standard communication frequencies for areas that they were assigned to. So basically use any kind of Imperial system and they'd connect to it.
It's the USB stick of the Star Wars world.
Exactly.
That said, however, these days you get USB-A and you get USB-C and it's just all chaos now.
It's a nightmare.
Everything's got both or neither and it's terrible.
They should just have one universal cable. I still maintain that one universal cable would solve all the problems. Why do we need any other cable? Just one cable.
I feel like they're steadily moving towards USB-C, but we're currently in the transition phase and it's just chaos.
It's just nightmare. We'll never get over this.
Yeah.
Hopefully we'll move to that stage somewhere in the late 2020s. Anyway,
hopefully, maybe we live in hope.
We certainly do. Rebellions are built on hope, as well we know.
USB transitions are built on hope.
That they are, damn straight. K2SO units, they had the Imperial crest imprinted on each shoulder, obviously because they were Imperial droids. That's what happened.
I'm going to stamp it twice to make sure everyone knows that I own it.
Yeah, but interestingly though, if a droid was given an enhanced status, or basically a promotion, or more to look after, or they do something really, really spectacular, they'll get this promotion, whereby their white Imperial logos are turned to gold Imperial logos.
Ooh, gold, gosh.
Yeah, so they can be promoted.
That's very
so droids
fancy.
Can get promoted. Would you believe it? It's incredible.
Yeah, that's
to
pretty
droid
good.
rights.
Pretty good for droid rights. There we are.
Exactly. Now all we need is equal pay. We'll get there. Currently, droids are paid 0%.
Wait, they want to be paid?
Of what,
that's disgusting.
Organic life forms are. I know, it's awful. It's terrible. How dare they?
I mean, they complain, but I'm a human and I don't get paid anything. So,
It's
what's their problem?
I mean, come on. We're giving out free gold logos. I mean, what more do they want?
Yeah, you get a free medal. I mean, Wookiees don't even get that.
Yeah. It took them like 9 films to give a Wookiee a medal. And that wasn't even an official medal.
Justice for Chewie.
It was just some dude's medal just passed on.
Yeah.
It was a second-hand medal.
Remember this thing your friend won?
Yeah.
That'd be like me just giving to you one of my GCSE certificatives.
Yeah, completely pointless. Sloppy seconds. I don't want it.
This is no use to me.
Well, anyway, Chewie can do what he likes. He can melt it down and sell it off. I'm sure he will.
Thanks for reminding me my other friend is dead as well.
Exactly.
Let me just go hang out with my friends. Oh, wait, they're all dead. Thanks for reminding me.
Chewie outlived them all, and he did a great job doing it. But also, given that he is the one that has outlived all of them, he still isn't recognized as the owner of the Millennium Falcon, and I'm still angry. I mean, this guy has been in the Millennium Falcon for years. It is ridiculous that he hasn't been given owner status. I actually find it absolutely sickening. absolutely sickening that anyone other than Chewie could be named as the owner. I mean, he's only named as a dude who made modifications on it. He's not some sort of slave that goes round fixing the... I mean, he does fix it, but that's not the point. The point is...
That's because he's the pilot.
Yeah, I mean... he's not even notified as the pilot anymore. He's a co-pilot. That's just what's the worst.
You thought we'd forgotten about this, but no. Episodes and episodes later, we're still furious
I'm still
about this.
frustrated. I mean, this guy, he clearly has intelligence. Just because he can't speak the common tongue, it means that he's pushed to the side. Just because he's naked, he walks around naked.
You say he doesn't speak the common tongue, but he understands the common tongue.
Yeah.
And I feel like he makes a decision to be like, I am not learning your language. You guys have made no effort to learn mine, so I'm not going to speak yours.
Yeah, it is kind of weird that he understands it and they understand him, but yet neither of them seem to have made an effort to speak the other's language to them, which makes me think, if you can understand the language, therefore you know how to speak it, which makes me think that Han speaks pretty good Wookiee.
He does. If you remember in Solo, A Star Wars Story, I mean, you will remember once you've rewatched it later on.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to have to rewatch it.
In the beginning, when they meet, Han actually is able to speak a little bit of Wookiee to him. And I think that's one of the reasons why Chewie respects him, because he's like, you actually took time to learn my language. No,
and it is lovely, and I actually really appreciate that little fact. And here's to Wookiee rights.
Wookiee rights, droid rights, not so much. Wookiee rights all the way.
Exactly. The hairy should not be wary. That's all I'll say.
That's really good. Write that down, and that's the campaign slogan right there.
Indeed. So anyway, back to K2SO. So yeah,
I mean, a significant tangent, but I feel like an important tangent.
I feel it needed to be mentioned. Definitely needed to be mentioned. Yeah, so they had the K2SO unit, so KX units, they had the mobility of a human athlete. So someone in their, incredible prime, they had the ability to perform those tasks. They could operate a variety of tools and equipment and could carry gear without becoming exhausted, obviously, because they're droids, which made them really useful.
Because they're a robot.
Exactly. If they came out of breath, they built them too well.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Why add like an...
Sorry, guys. I'm going to need 5.
Imagine that, just adding an out of breath, bit of technology to a droid.
My back. Oh, that's going to be stiff tomorrow.
Oh, I am knackered. Guys, I'm just going to have to sit down.
Yeah, we kind of built in fatigue as a joke, but it's become the bane of everyone's life.
It really has. Oh my.
Yeah.
But yeah, so coming back to what you said then about K2SO being a battle droid. So actually, the Imperial Senate banned the creation of battle droids for obvious reasons. They had to be seen to be completely against the separatists. I mean, even though they are the same sort of thing.
Yeah.
Palpatine had to spin this in a way that would work out in his favor, so he banned the creation of battle droids. The Imperial Senate did, obviously, under the firm hand of Emperor Palpatine. But yeah, so Arakid Industries found a loophole by marketing them as security droids. Though interestingly, very crafty indeed. But interestingly, they were programmed without the standard restriction against harming organic life forms. So that's where they sort of bent the rule a bit, because they're not meant to harm organic life forms, but they were built with this function in them. But it basically, they built it with a switch that you could turn on and off. Obviously, they had them off all the time. But it was a way of creating a loophole in the system. So that's why they're called security droids rather than battle droids, even though they have the functionality of a battle droid, basically.
It was all the kind of, to get through loopholes in the system, essentially.
Exactly. Even though they probably have the same... I mean, if anything, they are way better than battle droids, because the KX series are very intelligent, as well as being war capable.
Yeah.
That was something that obviously made them very... very, very want after, people wanted them. So you're probably asking me, what is Arakid Industries?
What is Arakid Industries, Spencer?
Well, Charlie, thank you for asking that unprompted question, and I will tell you right now.
You're welcome.
That's okay. So Arakid Industries was an arms and droids manufacturer that produced dwarf probe droids. They produced ID9 seeker droids, which were parrot droids or mimic droids used by Sith Inquisitors. So that's what they were called.
Imagine a little parrot droid on your shoulder.
Oh, they're really tiny. They're like small little dark droids with a red eye. You know, like the pit droids? They're like pit droids, except they don't have legs, they can float, and they have red eyes. That's basically what they look like. They are quite cute.
And can you get them to repeat swear words and, get banned from zoos?
To be honest, I hope you can. That would be quite funny. I'd love to see ID9 Seeker Droid flying around screaming fucking rebels or something like that. That would be quite But yeah, so they also made Viper probe droids. Now, Charlie, do you know what a Viper probe droid is?
I do not know. Should I?
Well, if I mentioned the word Hoth, would that tickle your fancy?
Is that the one which is like the one with the legs and it floats and it goes like wow 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 wow.
Yes. So these are the ones seen on Hoth during episode 5. So they are the Viper probe droids, and they also made Viper recon droids, which was the former model of that series of the Viper probe droid. So yeah, those were the ones on Hoth that were flying around, and so that basically means that K2SO is a cousin of the Viper probe droid.
Distant cousin, but still a cousin.
Cousin nonetheless, Charlie. We can't escape the fact.
Yeah. He's still a cuz-nuzzler.
Exactly. Yeah. So anyway, I thought that would be an interesting
I don't know
fact.
where these accusations have come from, but I'm just saying, don't shoot the messenger.
Oh my. Yeah, I imagine they plug into each other quite a bit.
Oh yeah, you put a bunch of droids in the room and, data transfer happens.
Indeed it does. These things are just inevitable, aren't they? Really?
Yeah.
I mean, you leave enough horny droids in a room, they're going to make some make some loving.
They'll write Shakespeare.
They're going to heat up some oil.
Yeah. And Shakespeare was the horniest boy of them all.
That he was. He was one horny bugger. So, anyway, I'm going to move on. I've done my background into K2SO and basically where he came
have
from.
Indeed.
So he was obviously made in a factory for these reasons and purchased by the Empire for use in their armed forces as basically a support droid when needed, but had the capabilities of a fully functioning battle droid, but through loopholes was able to basically sneak past. So,
we've found out where he came from, but now, Spencer, where did he go?
Well, where did he come from? K2SO. Yeah. Well, let's find out where he went. So, K2SO was one of the KX series droids assigned to a detachment of Imperial stormtroopers on Wekako.
Is that how you say it? I said it Wekako or something.
I have no idea. I have no idea.
Wekako.
Wekako.
Yeah, that sounds good.
That sounds better,
fun.
I like those hard C's.
Yeah, yeah, you do.
Damn straight.
Later, Spencer, later.
Roll them back. Yeah, K2SO, basically, obviously, I'm going to tell you the story of how he met Cassian, because obviously Wakako is the planet where Cassian was born and raised. In the playground is where he spent most of his days. No, actually, no, he didn't. He spent it on the battlefield, and that is awful.
Yeah, that's depressing.
So I'm going to tell you the story of how they met, the meet cute between Cassian and K2SO. So K2SO was on this planet with the detachment, and he heard a noise near an old Imperial cruiser, at which point he saw Cassian Andor around there and basically arrested him. While trying to do that...
And Cassian Andor was put in prison at the end.
And that's the end of that one, and he was hanged forever, and never was
Some people tell it differently, but that's what really happened.
Yeah. I don't like pussyfooting around the truth. This is the truth. You want hard facts? You come to How Uncivilized. We'll give you hard facts. But yeah, so... Basically, he managed to sort of wriggle free of being arrested, and K2SO and Cassian Andor fought each other. But the friends or fellow soldiers on the planet, whatever, Curtis and Rismore, found his kill switch. And that is when Cassian attempted to wipe K2SO's memory completely clean. Obviously, during this, he didn't realize that only 29.73%, which is an interesting percentage. I don't know why they just didn't say 30% on here.
A very specific percentage.
Yeah, very specific. So only 29.73% of his memory, K2SO's that is, had been erased. So then during this memory wipe, he awoke and started strangling Cassian.
Oh, God.
But
just there like, what am I?
Yeah, exactly. What have you done to me? But then Curtis and Rismore again were able to find the off switch and turn him off. And basically Cassian gave K2SO new orders to lead him.
Okay.
Lead him and basically Curtis and Rismore back to their ship.
Yeah.
And K2SO stated he would take out anyone who interfered with them. So he escorted Cassian and the twins as his prisoner, but came under attack by stormtroopers. And then they all basically attacked the troopers. K2SO's and everyone else got into the vehicle. Stormtroopers surrounded it. Suddenly he clicked back into, because obviously here he had so much erased. He tried to arrest Cassian again. Which I thought was quite funny.
It just sounds like a kind of, I'm getting like not now Kato from Pink Panther kind of vibes of like, I will arrest you. No, not now. This isn't important. And then they go along a bit more, and then suddenly it's like, I need to arrest you. It's like, no, go away.
Stop it. Not the time. So yeah, basically they fought off K2 and had near enough taken him out, basically. But as they were walking away, Curtis, Cassian's friend, told Cassian to take K2SO because he had the intel he needed, because obviously, as mentioned earlier, the KX models were connected to the Imperial datanet, and so therefore they had quite a lot of valuable information on them. So they took him with him. And so K2 still had 8.3% of memory. Basically, once switched on, he couldn't work out whether to kill or arrest Cassian.
Kill me!
But then Cassian decided to do a bit of tinkering and remove his base layer of programming, and he was shut down.
Just turned him into nothing. Just made him alive, but not alive. I mean, this is a great story. Do they tell us at Christmas?
No, I bet they do. Over a lovely
So how'd you guys meet? Well, it's such a funny story. He kept trying to kill me, so I completely wiped his mind. Oh, God. Good times.
Oh, we're the best of chums now, though. But yeah, so anyway, as soon as he turned him back on, he sprung to life and took out all of the stormtroopers around him that would basically, while he was fixing, stormtroopers snuck up to Cassian. And he turned on and attacked stormtroopers. And then from then on, his programming basically switched. I think he took off some kind of bolt on him, which made him sort of a bit more free. And he ended up following Cassian, and they all escaped together on their ship. And
that's nice.
From then on, Cassian and K2 were the best of friends, basically.
Yeah, and the only strangling from then on would be consensual.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah,
who doesn't strangle a friend in trying times? You know? Am I right,
we all
Spencer?
do it. It's a bit. It's a bit more than slap and tickle, but it's worth it in the end.
It's
really
what
bond.
makes life worth living. Really,
exactly.
You know, a little bit of aggressiveness between friends. You know, like
I mean, what is
I
it
put
really?
my hands on your throat, you put your hands on mine, and you know, it's just whoever passes out first. You know, they win.
Yeah, so we love it here at How Uncivilized, you know, a little bit of slap and tickle.
Yes.
So obviously then they had a couple of adventures together, and one particular adventure was when they went to the Futzner system to undertake a raid on Imperial crater. They were trying to use gas to trick the Empire into thinking that smugglers stole cargo to raid the transports, and they wanted them to think that the smugglers did it so that there would be no trace to the rebellion. But when they were going through and trying to set up this gassing, they found 3 Wookiees named Dakota, Delilah and Weehat. Were
those their actual names, or could they just not understand Wookiee, so they just made up some ridiculous names?
Probably the latter.
They're ridiculous people. I'm sure we could make up crazy names for them, and they won't care.
This one's called fucking Raw, and this one... but yeah, so they were actually Wookiee children, interestingly. So, little babies, little hairy babies. Well, needed looking after.
I was going to say, like you when you were a little hairy baby.
Yeah, basically.
Oh, Spencer is very hairy. That's needed for the context of that joke.
I am. I'm quite hirsute.
Yes, there we go.
But yeah, so instead of... so they were in the cargo room, and instead of stealing the cargo, they basically took them. They took the little babies and took them to the monastery moon of Charissa. He left K2SO to look after the Wookiees while Cassian finished.
I'm imagining some hijinks going on there.
Yeah, so I imagine K2SO was quite the nanny droid, Nanny McVie almost, yes. You could call him. And who is Nanny McVie? We'll never know.
Who is Nanny McVie?
So there were like various things that they did. So that was one of them. They were also sent to an Imperial base on Mustafar near Vader's fortress.
Oh, wow.
They posed as stormtroopers and they stole something called the Proto-Saber from Darth Vader.
Oh, man. That's pretty cool. I mean, that's kicking a tiger, to be sure.
Ballsy.
Like,
it's
that's
really ballsy.
bad.
I mean, if you're going to steal something from anyone in the whole rebellion, I wouldn't start with Vader, but that's just me.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like you steal something from Vader, that's kind of an end goal. That's not really a beginner's kind of thing of like, well, we'll steal something from Darth Vader.
Exactly.
And then if that works out, we might start pickpocketing people, like, let's see how it goes.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, damn. Yeah, they really went in for the kill there. But they narrowly...
It's okay, he can't run.
Oh, exactly. But K2SO basically came in and saved the day, and they narrowly escaped Darth Vader on the way out. So thank goodness for K2SO flying the ship. So then...
Yeah.
So I liked this bit because I found it quite funny. While stationed at Yavin 4, K2SO had a run-in with R2-D2 and C-3PO.
Oh,
so he had a little like tiff with them. So they don't actually like each other.
I would imagine not.
Yeah, because they are kind of different in their approaches.
Yeah.
But, I don't think C-3PO took too kindly, and R2-D2, he was just squealing like a pig. So... Yeah. And
just squealing like the dustbin that he is.
Oh, he is. He's just a filthy blue dustbin that needs some loving.
Yeah.
And I'm sure C-3PO and R2-D2 have been plugged into each other at one point. I mean, if you spend that amount of time with each other, at some point you gotta sync your memories, you gotta get in there.
I mean, it was a long time in that escape capsule together. That's all I'm saying.
They had a lot of time to kill, and when
yeah,
and when they both have an interface arm, who knows what could happen?
Who knows what could happen? Oh dear! Oh my!
Oh my! But yeah, so anyway, that all those sort of interesting things that happen bring us up to the point at which K2SO helped break Jyn Erso out of the Wabani labor camp.
Ah, very nice.
So he was part of Extraction Team Bravo.
Bravo. I mean, well done.
Yeah.
That's a very optimistic name. It's like, Extraction Team, good job.
But a cheeky behind-the-scenes bit about this was Bravo Team's Ewing Transport, Bravo 1, had a minor technical setback and basically couldn't jump to hyperspace. Yeah, they had to take refuge in an asteroid field and wait for an X-Wing squadron to answer their call and save them because the Imperial forces at that point were closing in. So they were in a lot of trouble. And again, K2SO saved the day by putting out that cheeky transmission. So there you go.
Bringing out the big guns,
He is a winner.
Getting shit done.
Yeah.
Taking control of the situation.
And that basically, as I say, brings us up to the present moment, brings us up to the film, and fills you in on all things K2SO.
Yes. everything K2SO for now and forever.
So basically, to sum up, K2SO is a security droid. He's a battle droid. He costs 50,000 credits. He has the strength of probably a Schwarzenegger in his prime, but doesn't run out of breath. And can battle off huge groups of stormtroopers. And that's pretty much it. Yeah. And also is a cousin to the probe droids on Hoth. So
oh yes, we know all about that, don't we?
If you plug me, I'll plug you.
You be good to me, I'll be good to you.
You scratch my hole. I mean, anyway. So yeah, that pretty much sums up everything there is actually on K2S2, other than watching the movie, which you can do yourself. Obviously, he does some very heroic things. He ends up, spoiler alert, dying at the end, heroically fighting off stormtroopers, which gives you an idea of the capability of those kind of droids. And yeah,
I believe he's the first one to die as well, isn't he?
He is.
He's the first one where it's like, I feel like this might not go well for these characters. They've just killed off the droid, and it's not looking good for everyone else
exactly.
either.
So he is...
fingers crossed.
This guy, exactly.
That Death Star's looking awfully close.
Ooh. So here's to our super battle droid and comedic friend. Absolutely brilliant. He was one of a kind. Do you know what? I'll mention some of his best bits for me. So obviously, like, his first best bit was being like, you're being rescued, congratulations. I love that bit. And then the bit where he's like,
that was so
he's
good.
given, oh yeah, it's great. And then the bit where he's given Cassian's bag to look after, he's like, K2, you stay here by the ship. And then he just drops the bag. It's like,
oh man, that's brilliant.
Absolutely incredible.
Just that attitude is just perfect.
Yeah, it sums up the droid
I like the
perfectly.
one where he's like, I could tell you the probability of her betraying us. And he's like, I don't want to hear it. It's like, it's high. That's all I'm saying. It's really high.
Yeah, he's incredible. And then the bit where Jin shoots the droid and he comes in and is like, how did you know that was me? That wasn't me. That bit was
that bit was great. That bit was such a shock of like,
shit, they just shot him. And then the bit where he just is like, I told you to stay at the ship. And he's like, oh, well, I guess you don't need me, as he like tosses a grenade into a whole squadron of stormtroopers.
There's so many good bits, but there's another one where Jin's like, I can't remember what she says, but she's like, oh, I did this. And he's just like, I find that answer vague and unconvincing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. No, that's good. That is good. I do love him. I think he's one of the best.
When we kind of collected all of our like questions together, that was essentially... It was just a list of things of us being like, this bit was great. This bit was great. This bit was really good too. And then it's like, there's no actual questions here. It's just us
with major fan
about K2SO.
Well, I'll be honest with my thing about him. It's comic relief done really well. I mean, it's not
oh yes,
he's not someone who is taken the piss out of, but he provides the comic relief where it's needed. There is a fine line to tread between being ridiculed and being funny.
Absolutely, yeah. And I think he was different enough from every droid we had before to be his own thing. Like, we had C-3PO, who was like a fussy, almost butler type of droid. R2-D2, who was the cheeky one who made beeps and boops. And then it was just nice to have a sarcastic droid.
Yeah, it was great. I really enjoyed it. Well, here's to K2SO.
Yeah. Here's to K2SO. I'm raising my glass. Here's to K2SO.
The droid of the hour. The droid of the day.
The droid for every hour.
Indeed. If every hour is just Rogue One on repeat.
Yeah. I mean, if only.
Which it should be. I really do think it should be.
Yeah. There should be just some channel on television that just plays the film on repeat. I mean, I'd watch it. I mean, probably not all the time, but I would definitely dip in and out.
Yeah, I mean, I swear, don't they have a Star Wars channel yet? Like Disney, I swear they should do. If they don't already, they definitely should.
They've got a whole streaming service, which is essentially just Star Wars and the Marvel films.
Yeah, better get on that then.
Yeah. Just have like a live stream going round and round of all the films. That would be useful.
Oh, that'd be lovely.
I think Sky does something like that sometimes, where it'll just have Sky Star Wars and it just plays the Star Wars films on repeat for like a few days.
Yeah, I think they do, which is good, which is what you want really out of life. Just Star Wars, continuous Star Wars.
Yeah, just pop it on and enjoy it. That's all you got to do.
Well, indeed.
Sit back and enjoy.
Sit back.
And don't think about it too much, they say, after, 12 episodes of analysis on a single film?
Yeah, and for me especially, I did my whole degree on this, so... Yeah. This is, and I'm still loving it. I swear. Like I've probably invested so many hours into this film, and I still love absolutely every aspect of it.
Yeah, it's great.
And we hope you do too. And you know, if you're listening to this, and I still haven't watched Rogue One for a while, just watch it again. Why not? While you're doing something, while you're doing the washing up, or while you're cooking, or it's just such a good thing to have on. Just do it. That's what I'd say.
You know the film, you've watched it before, you don't need to focus on it 100%. You can be doing your ironing or whatever.
Exactly.
Just pop it on, watch it, and enjoy yourself.
And have
laugh
comfort.
At the good bits.
Yeah.
Cry at the sad bits. Be indifferent at the middling bits, you know. But they are few and far between.
They really are. It is a good film.
You'll either be laughing or crying all the way through.
But either way, there will be emotion, and that's what we need right now. So we honestly hope you
make you feel feelings.
Well, exactly. And we hope we've made you guys who are listening feel feelings today, and we hope you've enjoyed our recordings on K2SO and Cassian Andor.
Yes.
We hope they've been informative and also entertaining.
I've certainly felt feelings myself. I don't know about you, but I've felt things in this podcast.
Indeed. I've... the things that I've felt have definitely gone away with time, but I'm sure they'll be back again.
Yes,
absolutely. I have no doubt that will come again. So, thank you for listening to How Uncivilized, and until the next time. This has been episodes 11 and 12.
Mm-hmm. There we go. He's nailed it. We've come full circle. You know, your story arc in this episode was learning numbers.
Indeed.
And congratulations, you've done it.
So I've had my producer whispering in my ear this whole time. So,
nice.
Yeah, I'm not going to make any mistakes now that my lovely producer Charlie's on the go.
Excellent. Yeah, I've had Spencer whispering sweet nothings in my ear for the past 2 hours. I wasn't really listening to you, I was listening to Spencer.
To be fair, that explains a lot. Like, a lot.
Yep.
Your performance has been piss poor.
Yeah, I know, it's crazy.
Well, anyway, in the words of every podcast we do, we love you, and goodbye there.
Love you. Goodbye there.
Kisses.
Thanks for listening to episode 12 from series 2.
Yeah, I know.
We've done loads now of the How Uncivilized podcast. That's K2SO and Cassian fully analysed, and we've had a blast, and we hope you have too. Join us next week for more friendly frivolity and Star Wars chit-chat.
You can find us on Facebook, Twitter and Reddit if you want to hear from us on a more regular basis. On YouTube, you can find our LEGO Star Wars playthrough, as well as every podcast episode so far. The How Uncivilized Podcast was created, produced and edited by Charlie Hug and Tickle Feasby and Spencer Beat and Strangle Lawrence.